Hi, my name is Aaron Hyde. For this project, I had to study and summarize the charrette presentations which were done during the first week of college. We had to learn about such tools within the charrette, such as personas, brainstorming, storyboarding, SWOT analysis, scenario planning, which I will now discuss each tool into more detail now. Scenario planning. This is where personas characterize a user's needs, goals, and motivations. Scenarios are used to animate the persona through a realistic yet fictional event that places the designers in the world of the user. Scenario planning is in design practice refers to the creation of a hypothetical narrative illustrating an event or series or events. A scenario puts the design into context and tells us why users need a design, what users need the design to do, and how they need the design to do it. Scenarios identify the critical functionality of a design and can help to reveal opportunities to improve efficiency or remove obstacles as a result, scenario planning can cut development time in half. Creating personas. In a user-centered design, personas are fictional characters created to represent the different user types within a target demographic that might use a service or product. Each persona assumes the attributes of the social group it represents, from social and demographic characteristics to personal needs, desires, habits, and cultural backgrounds. Personas are useful in considering the goals, desires, and limitations of users in order to help guide decisions about a service, product, or interaction space, and put a human face to abstract information about potential users. Creating personas also helps to prevent self-referential design, where the designer may unconsciously project their own mental models on the product design. Once a persona is established, scenarios should be created to visualize interaction with the design and address the issue that might arise when doing so. A scenario is a narrative that describes foreseeable interactions of types of users and the system, including the associated goals, expectations, motivations, action, and reactions. Storyboarding. Storyboarding is a technique used to communicate the various features of a design and can be used to test and evaluate ideas. The storyboarding process of visual thinking and planning can help generate and grow ideas and build consensus inside the group. Storyboards are normally presented as a series of frames, a series of drawings or pictures that communicate a sequence of events such as customer experience. Storyboarding allows designers to experiment with changes in line to evoke stronger reaction or interest. Drawing frames separately on postcards or post-its, designers can reorder them to experiment with changes in the storyline and play around with the sequence of events. Storyboarding can be used at many points during the design process to stimulate a focused discussion about key features. Imagine detailed interactions, gain useful insights for the prototyping phase, and to provide detail for more complex features. It can also be used to depict scenarios graphically or plant a narrative structure for a presentation. SWOT analysis. SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. A SWOT analysis is a strategic planning method often used in business and marketing to evaluate projected internal and external factors. When applied to product or service design, a SWOT involves establishing the objective of the design and then mapping the factors that can support or threaten achieving that objective. SWOT analysis template is normally presented as a four-section grid, one for each of the SWOT headings. This format organizes the information into a logical order that helps understanding, presenting, discussing, and decision making. The SWOT template above includes some sample headings. The headings are examples or discussion points and can be altered depending on the subject of the SWOT analysis. Additional questions specific to the team analysis of their issue can be added. Solutions for the presentations. So Gabby and Mark, they noticed that most patients belonged to all types of age categories and were accompanied by relatives on mobile phones or by themselves. They observed that patients in the accident and emergency were likely to be frustrated and stressed. They thought that implementing a new waiting room design might provide a more comforting experience for patients. Sam McGill, His solution was to give incentives for educators, step-by-step instructions, training support, and access to workshops. Digital device and technical supports also required. Tiernan's solution was to build houses that are more accessible, increase the density of the population, and alleviate the housing crisis for the young and rising population, and make information more accessible and user-friendly. That's all for this presentation. Thanks very much.